wasn't playing, you know, so I never forget that feeling, you know. So I try my best to not let that happen again, you know, for me to be in that position. But we fell short today, you know, and we just can't continue doing that. We can't continue doing that at all. So I know we let a lot of people down. We let the coaches down, you know, as players and everything today. But, you know, we'll be ready to go next week.
Obviously, he's battling like all of our guys are battling. I know there's plays he wants back, but we'll look at it. We'll correct it.
Will you start him next week?
Yes.
I love where we're at right now. I mean, I believe we'd be in the playoffs today if it started, and we got 4 more games left to make sure we continue that. It's been a long wait for a bye week. You know, I've never had one this late. I don't know anyone on our team who has. It's finally here, mentally and physically. It'll be awesome to rest and then be able to come back from that with 4 games to play for a chance to get in the playoffs is everything we could ask for.
Testing moment in that game. Browns D lineman Malik Collins, a former 49er, gets hurt, needed to be carted off. Obvious concern for Collins, but while that's happening, Jauan Jennings starts jawing with some Browns defenders who didn't take it well that Jennings was doing that when their teammate and Jennings' former teammate was hurt. Here's what Shelby Harris had to say about Jennings afterward.
See why he got punched in the nuts? Because that's he says some things that you should not say to another man ever. But I don't respect it because you say that, then run behind your O-line. That's some real soft shit, and I want that known. I see exactly why they punched the nuts. I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
He had a lot to say that was demeaning and disparaging towards some of our players, and I was just trying to separate everybody. And I tried to go up and ask for what the problem was, and then he started coming at me. And I mean, some guys just roll like that. I don't feel like that belongs in the game. But hey, if that works for him and them, then more power to him.
All right, so explain this to me. Jauan Jennings obviously has done something. I mean, Trayvon Merrick didn't punch him there for no reason. Correct. And some of those Browns were infuriated with the guy. First of all, what's the etiquette or the protocol when you have a player down needing to be carted off the field?
Well, you generally, there's silence amongst the players, regardless if he's your player or the opponent's player, because we all know that this is a game that is played and there's no guarantee that the next play you're actually going to be available to play. And with that being said, I just think Jennings is an emotional guy. You can just tell. He's got a lot of emotion, and sometimes his emotion gets the best out of him. I think if you're coach, Shanahan, you're going to have a visit with him and say, hey, look, that could have been you laying down there, right? And when a player's down, these players in the NFL, they get it. I mean, and when the player's really down, you see guys taking knees because they're concerned for a player's health. Football's not a career. It's an opportunity. Mm-hmm. And it ends fast. And when a player goes down, you're like, that could be me laying down there right now.
So you would pull Jauan Jennings aside
I'd pull him in.
Hey.
Say, hey, look, you got to handle yourself a little bit better because you represent this organization too.
Yeah.
And, word travels in the NFL. It's amazing how it travels, right? And everyone kind of knows, and then all of a sudden you become the guy that everybody is all of a sudden looking at going, okay, we'll handle this, right? And you don't want that. There's no need for all that.
Okay. Jennings with a touchdown catch, yes. The 49ers with a win. Now just a half game out of first in the NFC West, which is a crazy good division. They finally get their bye week, as we heard Kyle Shanahan say. How do you forecast this race? I mean, what's the best team out of those 3 right now?
Well, we thought going into I thought the Rams were the most complete team. But right now, the 49ers are probably the team with all the energy, and they're headed in the right direction. They're on a nice little run right now, the 49ers. And there's 3 teams in this division with 9 wins. The Rams, Seattle, and the 49ers. All 3 of them have playoff potential. Can they all get in? Be interesting to see.
It looks like they're all going to get in, frankly. I mean, at this point in the season, 5 games to go, it looks like they're all going to make it.
The number's generally 10, right? So they're 1 game away, all these teams, from winning 10. And then if you keep stacking them, obviously your chances.
Is it me, or does it feel like the 49ers always are injury depleted and somehow they overcome that and make this great push to a playoff? It doesn't always end well, but they get there.
It has a lot to do with the organization. It really does. It starts with their head coach, management, John Lynch, how they go about drafting players. It's just this is a classy organization. It's been this way for a long time.
Yeah, we just didn't have a lot of positive plays. I felt good enough to be out there. Just not ready to take a snap under center yet. Hopefully next week for that. I'm disappointed in my performance, disappointed in the offensive performance. And we got to flush this one. We're 6-6, and we had a game for the division lead this week.
Aaron, what lacked in the offensive performance? What caused what we saw tonight?
No, I got to look at the film. But, it's just execution, obviously. But I got to look at the film.
In the third and 9, where you guys ran it to the right with Kenneth Gainwell, was that the called play, or was that something that you guys checked into at the line of scrimmage?
That was called play.
Well, Aaron just didn't cut on the nose, or is it broken?
I hope it's not broken. But, yeah, just had to stop the bleeding. It was bleeding all over the place.
As a quarterback, when you guys are down and you're in that down and distance, what did you see on that play to try to run the ball there instead of trying to attack downfield? On the 3rd and 9 where you guys ran.
Come on, man. Do you want to start talking philosophical? Is that what you want? It's 3rd and 9. They brought pressure off that side. So we checked. We had a run called that we checked the blocking. They did on the run, and we had a chance. We had a chance. If that thing hits, nobody says a goddamn thing. If we block on the front side, on the perimeter, literally everybody's blocked up. And we got to sustain those blocks on the outside. Kenny gets first down there. Nobody says a damn thing.
Go to the other side of Acrisure Stadium. New on SportsCenter. Here's the winning coach, Sean McDermott.
Good win. Tough place to play. Well-coached football team. A lot of respect for this organization, their coaching staff, their players. Hard-fought win and a team win. Hard to do, especially late in the year on the road. Our guys, they showed up today. They stood up. They knew this would be a challenge, and they rose to the occasion. I'll start with the defense. The big takeaway after half was huge, takeaway and score. Then the ensuing drive, get another takeaway. CB, I believe it was Joey on the sack fumble. But even bigger than that was stopping the run. Our defense came out. They did a great job. Bobby and the defensive staff all week long coaching it up, getting our fits right. 4th down stop was obviously big for us. Offensively, once we stopped beating ourselves in the first half with penalties and turning the ball over, played more of a complimentary game, and 1 first down. The rushing offense was incredible, especially against that defense. Well-coached team, like I've said before, tough front to run it against, and we were able to stay in some positive 3rd down situations where we're not in 3rd and long. 240-plus yards rushing, and then key completions with Josh, sometimes moving around a little bit in the pocket, and that 4-minute drive was really like a 8-minute drive, I think it was, but a big-time drive right there for us, and then capping it off with a field goal to win it. So all in all, great effort. Certainly things we can work on, but good to come on the road and show our toughness.
Bill, this was strength on strength. We knew that this was a good Colts offense, a great Houston defense. How were you guys able to stifle them?
Yeah, man, I think it just goes back to our mentality and who we are as a team, man. And it's just playing complementary football, man. It's not just a defense, offense, just special teams set us up to get on some good field positions, man. So it's just everybody playing complementary football, swarming.
I like that we're winning. That's the most important thing, right? I like that we're winning games, finding different ways to win games. Like, that's what I like about our team. So you just build that confidence up, and like, whatever type of game that we're in, we can finish it the right way.
I think the type of team we have, I don't have to be Superman all the time. And, I got to just do my job each and every play. And I'm not going to be perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. And I trust myself. I know my teammates trust me. And that's all that really matters.
I felt like I got, shot in the calf or something. But it was, high. So I wasn't fearing it. I wasn't thinking of the worst.
So you said it was high? It's higher in the calf?
Yeah, I don't think it's like Achilles or nothing like that.
Obviously very frustrating anytime you lose to a division opponent, especially at home. We got to get back on track this week against Jacksonville, get it cleaned up tomorrow, and take ownership and everything. Myself, everybody included. It's not about one person. We got to get it right. Obviously, that's the first time we've dropped 2 in a row this year. We got to get back on track.
I think everybody taking accountability and ownership of what we need to do, and certainly I play a big role in that. So for me, it's putting your head down and going back to work and making sure that I'm doing everything I need to do to put the team in a position to win games.
The Colts were probably the biggest, most pleasant surprise in the first half of this season. Won 7 of their first 8, but now they've lost 3 of their last 4, scoring down 12 points a game. With the loss, now the Jags take hold of first in the AFC South. The Texans are right there. They've won, I said 3 in a row. They won 4 in a row. 3 teams separated by 1 game in that division. You see the numbers there for the Colts.
Yes.
What is it? Is it Daniel Jones regressing back to the norm? What's happening with the Colts right now?
Well, if you look at the last 2 games they've lost, no involvement of the run game with Jonathan Taylor. I mean, when you talked about 3 weeks ago, this guy was an MVP candidate. He was going to rush for 1,700 yards, not 2,000, but maybe 1,700. The last 2 games, you don't even see the guy. He doesn't touch the ball anymore. And that's a problem because that helps Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones cannot carry this football team.
Are they not running it effectively, or are they just not running the ball very much?
You know what happens? They're not very much, and what happens is this. All of a sudden, when you run in there and you only make 2 yards or you make a yard, you get bored. And you think, well, I got to throw it now. And then you never get back to the run. Jonathan Taylor, he might be their best player on offense.
Sure.
He was going to be the MVP this year. And the last 2 weeks, nada. You don't hear from him. It's almost like, is he still on the same team as these guys? Help the quarterback start running the ball.
They did give him the ball 21 times, as they're showing you there on the screen. 85 yards, that's okay. 4 yards a carry, but you're right. He hasn't been a world beater lately, and maybe that's the blocking. Who knows what's going on, but it certainly hasn't worked.
Finally good to get on the W side of the ball after a couple of weeks. You know, it's tough to win in this league, so it was a gutsy, grind-out win, so I'm glad we came out on the other end. But we're going to be like this every week. It's playoff mode and it's playoff time, and we got to embrace the grind and embrace the pressure, and we got to execute and make plays in those situations.
Guys were locked in today. Offensively, we didn't make enough plays. We would have loved to have ended on our own terms, but defense and special teams played a hell of a game today, kept us in there for the long haul, and ended up winning. Doesn't have to be pretty.
It wasn't pretty. Yeah, 3-point win against a Cardinals team, which isn't, frankly, that great. What did you see with the Bucs today?
Well, they're struggling some. And remember, this division is a 2-team race right now. Carolina Panthers, all of a sudden.
How about them?
They're involved in this, too.
Yes, they
right?
are.
And so when you think about it, the Bucs understand they have been the leader of this division the last 5 years. It's kind of been their division to lose. Now, all of a sudden, they're getting challenged by Carolina, right? Bryce Young had a great day today. Carolina's right there with the Bucs, so it's a 2-team race.
Yeah, the Bucs and the Panthers, it's kind of interesting. They haven't played yet this season.
No.
They played 2 of the final 3 weeks of the season, including the very last game of the year. At this point in the season, if you had to pick one of those 2 teams to win it, who are you going with?
I have no idea. It's a coin toss.
Okay.
Because Carolina's playing good.
Honest answer.
Good for them. They're playing good, and it's going to go down to the wire, and this is what you want.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
That young Herman always interrupts us while we're getting in a good conversation. Anyway, you play to win the game. So who played to win the game today?
Oh, Bryce Young. Not even close. This is one of his better games, and he needed to perform like this. He threw the ball with precision. He looked like a guy that right now is on a mission. He understands, you know what, we're fighting to maybe win this division. But he was really good today. I mean, look at some of the throws he made. And this is a good Ram defense, by the way. This Ram defense was only giving up 18 points a game. He attacked the secondary, not in short throws, down the field. I mean, it was almost like, this is how Matthew Stafford generally plays. It was reversed. It was Bryce Young out-dueled Matthew Stafford today.
He always makes me buy in. So like two weeks ago, he set the franchise record for most passing yards. Then last week,
it was like,
he couldn't find anybody.
No.
And then this week, he's back to throwing crazy good again.
Good for them. I mean, that's big numbers.
It's that time of the day. We have to say goodbye to you. You have to leave.
I got to go.
You have to leave the set. Probably the entire studio.
You're kicking me off again?
We've had enough of Herman Edwards for one day. We'll see you again.